guys, it's Trish from Trish's Card Club, live from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Happy Monday night, everybody. See if I can get this thing to come in a little clearer. There we go. Hey, thanks for joining me on this Monday night where I am in Chattanooga and the weather is spring-like. I hear it's soon to turn winterish again, and I think Teresa's joining me from Maine, and it's still winter in Maine, snow and winter. Mary, I think in Florida, I think you have good weather, and Shannon and Anne-Marie, how are you guys doing? Hey, Miss Judy, how are you, my friend? I have left my area because Judy made me think of something. I got a beautiful card from Judy today and I want to share it. So at the end, I'm going to share my beautiful handmade cards that I've received. Hey, Kelly, thanks for joining. And Charlene, we always appreciate that you guys are around. So it's Monday night. It's time for a card. I am doing a card that is inspired by, looking up her name, just a second, LeeAnn Graft. LeeAnn Graft is a demonstrator that I think has been around for like 35 years or something. She's been around forever. She's a great demonstrator. And she did a video on how to make a fun fold card, which I loved. And decided that I would share it with you guys in hopes that you might want to enjoy it and maybe make it as well. So let me do my official introduction and give people a minute or two to catch on. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I have a YouTube and a Facebook channel called Trish's Card Club. They're one and the same. I do my live videos on Monday night and I just upload them to Facebook. I do my live videos on YouTube. You can shop with me 24/7 at trishnn.stampinup.net. And I forgot to look to see what was current and what I'm doing today. So some of it is and some of it may not be. I'm not 100% sure. So let me set that to the side. So I'm going to show you a couple tricks tonight. You guys that are watching live may know all these tricks. Hey, Marcia, today was 40. Yeah, it sounds like Maine. Oof. And Marcia's in Wisconsin, so they still have winter. I'm going to show you some different tricks of stuff that I do. And as I said, you guys that are watching live may know some of these tricks or may not. And some people that are going to watch the replay may or may not know them. But they're always good refreshers, reminders, or first-time introductions for stamping little tricks of the trade. So we're going to start off using our Simply Scoring tool. This is a really good tool to have, especially if you do a lot of cards, which I do a lot of, and I do a lot of prep. So this card base is going to start off with a piece of paper that is 5.5 in width and 11 inches. So it's a 8.5 by 11 cut down to 5.5 by 11. And then you're going to score. You're going to score at 1 1/4. You're going to score at 5.5. And you're going to score at 9 1/4. So it's 1 1/4, 5.5, 9 1/4. I know it's hard to see the score lines, but that's what you're going to do. And then you're going to score. And on this one, you do need to use your bone folder because otherwise they don't lay flat. Let me grab that bone folder that I keep saying that we need to use. Okay, so we're going to do this. And we're going to fold that down nice and tight. And we're going to do this. And we're going to fold that down. And I always do this backwards, but ultimately it works. And we'll go this way like that. Okay, so let me see if I have this right. Oh, yeah, I did it backwards. This one goes down. It doesn't really matter, though, because as long as we're scoring it. So then it looks like this. So it opens up like this. Now, the challenge, it's not a challenge, it's just, it is what it is. This uses a whole piece of paper. Normally, in an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, you can get 2 cards. If you do this particular card fold, you only get 1. So that's how it opens. Okay, so that's that for the card base, which that's why it drives me crazy. It doesn't stay down very well. So let me try this. Let's see if that'll help. That helps. Okay. Now we're going to do a couple things. I did offline. So the first, you can use design a series paper. What I chose to do was to use some of the scrap of the piece of paper that I cut off, because I cut it off at 5.5, so it left me a couple inches. I took a 1 inch by 5.25 piece of cardstock and I embossed it with the Stone and Vine embossing folder. So I'm going to put that as one of my layers. Now you can do this with Designer Series paper, but I just chose to only use one pattern of Designer Series paper, and I needed 3 patterns. So that's 1 inch by 5.25. Then I took, I think it's called Charming Country, Charming something, this paper. And you're going to cut it. You're going to cut one piece to be 3.5 by 5.25. And you're going to cut one piece to be 1.5 by 5.25. And that 1.5 by 5.25 goes on this side, but I think it needs to go like that so the flowers aren't upside down. Oops, I almost did it the wrong way. Almost did it the wrong way, girls. It still would have worked, but this is better. So you can see that let me get on camera here. So that's that one. So they're going to look like this. And then you're going to take this piece and you're going to use the opposite side, the back, and you're going to fold that onto here. So in the end, it's a really pretty card. And you can see how pretty that is, you guys? And one thing you can see about this is you can imagine all the Designer Series paper that you could use. I just chose one piece and did a reverse side, and then I just did the Stone and Vine embossing folder. You could do that with all of them. Now, the other fun thing about this is she had, LeeAnn has you decorate the inside piece, the part that you're going to write on. So this is a 1 inch by 5.25. Let me get on camera here. Sorry. Work on my on-camera techniques tonight. And then it's a smidgen over, so I'm going to trim that off. Let me get some scissors and just trim that off just a little teeny bit over. That's why I don't want to glue it down till you get your little strip in there. And then I will put some glue on the back. And that's going to go right here. So that when you open the card, you have that really pretty inside. And I guess if you wanted to, you could always decorate this side, but that would be a lot of extra Designer Series paper. So I would not be a big fan of doing that. But isn't that pretty? So you can imagine all the different Designer Series papers you could do with that. And like I said, you need one piece. You flip it over, it coordinates. And then I did an embossed piece here. You could switch these. You could do the blue on this side and the embossed on this side. You can kind of play around with the layout of it. And then what I did is I took 2 punches. I took our 2 inch and our 2 3/8 of an inch punch, and I punched out Berry Burst, 1 circle, and I punched out, hope I can find it now that where did I, oh my goodness gracious, girls, I've lost it. Where did I put it? Well, I'll just repunch it. Okay. So I needed to find a stamp that would fit on a 2 inch circle. So this is just one of the tricks that I want to show you. I don't know if you ever do this, but when you punch it out, you get the 2 inch circle, and then you can put that over the different word stamps so that you can see which one will fit. So I was doing a bunch of these will fit. I've used a lot of them. So that was one stamp set. And then I really like this Thinking of You. So I think that's the one I'm going to use. I already stamped it, put it somewhere. I have no idea where it went. So I'll restamp it. Let me I found it. Found it. Stamped it right there. So I'm going to put this on here. Like that. And then I'm going to put that on here, just on this side. And I'm going to be generous with the glue because it's going on such a textured piece. I'm going to be very generous with the glue. Put that right there. And then you get this really pretty card. Really pretty. I think that is such a fun card. Now, another thing that I did with this embossing folder is I embossed the flap of the envelope. Do you guys ever do that? Do you ever emboss the flap of the envelope? Because I think it makes a really fun matching piece. I thought that would be fun to do. If you've never done it before, it's very easy to know which side is the top. because Stampin' Up! Puts their logo on the top or the embossed side. This is the embossed side of the embossing folder. So that really helps a lot. So that little logo means something. So when you put in your envelope, you would put it in like this, and you would fold it down. You'd run it through the Big Shot or the cut and emboss machine, and then you get this really pretty design on the envelope flap. Now you see how there's just a little bit that doesn't have anything on there. That's how this embossing folder has an edge to it. So that's why that little bit won't show, but it still looks really, really pretty. So that's just another little hint for tonight. If you don't have any way to decorate your envelopes, like on here, there wasn't any real stamping to do, but this still will tie in and it will look really pretty. This little trick you can do with any punch, any size punch. Just punch it out and then line it up all over your words and your stamp sets, and that will let you know what's going to fit, what's not going to fit. Like happy birthday is not going to fit, but this happy birthday wishes is going to fit really well. The let's celebrate's not going to fit. Does that make sense? So it's just a really fast way to know what word stamp is going to fit on whatever punch that you punch out. Oh, you guys are all over the place. Thanks, you guys. Thank you for all that. Yes, I love embossing the envelope, Shannon. I love that look. So we're going to set these to aside for a minute because I want to show you one thing that I forgot last week. Sometimes when I get going on my videos, I get so distracted that I forget, excuse me, I forget to finish my presentations. So last week we did this stamp, this card right here, and I forgot to show you it with the envelope. I made the whole thing and then I forgot to show it at the end. So I'm just taking a second to show you. So that's that one. And then this was the other one that I did. But this envelope, there we go. That's this one. So this word stamp is from a product of the month stamp set. A product of the month is something that Stampin' Up! Has just started doing this year, where once a month, it releases at the beginning of the month, but you have the whole month to do it as long as supplies last. You can get whatever the product of the month is for $5 if you spend $75. It's replacing what we used to have when we had Celebration. So the second month we had words, which I loved the fonts of the words. So that's what I did after my video. I made the card, and then this is a current stamp set that you can get. So anyways, I just want to show you how pretty that looked together. So I thought that would be kind of fun to do that. Hey, Angela, thanks for joining. Okay, so that's that. And then I wanted to take a second to show some really beautiful cards that I've received in the mail. This card is from Judy. It's beautiful. It came today. Thank you, Judy. That was really sweet. There's a couple things that I love about this card. I'm totally stealing this card, and I'll be making this card with my class, because Judy showed you how you can take any designer series paper and a really pretty embossing folder and make a beautiful card. Like, I would not know what to do with a lemon designer series paper, but now that I see this, I'm thinking I could do this with any designer series paper. And I just love, this is from the Arches dies. It's so pretty. So I just love this card. It's totally my idea of a perfect card. So thank you, Judy. That's beautiful. Then I got this really beautiful card from my friend Marcia, which I don't know if you can see it on camera because it's so beautiful in person, but this is an embossing folder up here. I don't know if I can catch that in the light. And then this is a different embossing folder down here. And then she just tore the paper, which I love that technique. It's such a pretty card. And this came as a complete surprise, as did Judy. So I was like so happy and so blown away and just really blessed. And it really supports my philosophy that card making does really truly bless someone's day. And then this is the final card that I had to show. My girlfriend Carol has sent me some really pretty cards recently, but this one I had to show because if anybody came to Crafts, Chicks, and Chocolate, if you remember the tulip card, because I had to cut out so many cards, you will notice that I had a lot of green tulips left over, which ended up at Carol's because she's so creative. This whole pattern back here is, if you can see it, you guys, it's just all tulips that she combined. Isn't that the coolest thing? I thought, what a great way. And you don't even know they're tulips. If you look at them kind of like stare at them, you'll see the tulip shapes on some of them. But if you just look at it, it just looks like a really, really pretty layer of cards. So I thought that was really neat. And she did the tulips for the leaves. I thought that was really clever. And Carol's very, very, very good at designing. So she would come up with something clever like that quite easily. Me, on the other hand, it could take me days. Could take me days. Okay, I'm putting this back in hopes that this is the last thing that gets captured on my video. I'll hold that down because it's not going to hold down without someone holding it. Okay, I know. Don't you love the tulip card? I love that card. Alrighty, what else? Am I missing anybody? I think I've said hi to everybody. I hope I have. I know, Amber, I love this embossing folder. It's called Vine and Stone, and it's so pretty. It's one of the ones that's very detailed, and that's what I love about it. We actually have a brand new one that came out that is sunflowers, that is gorgeous, and I'm going to try to use that in my next presentation. Speaking of next presentations, on the 30th of this month, I will not, I think that's next Monday, I will not be doing a video. I'm taking a night off, so I will miss you guys, but I'll be back the following Monday. So I just wanted to give you guys a head up on that. And then I'll post it too, just to remind you that I won't be doing a video that night. I just want to make sure I've said hi to everybody, because I always feel guilty when I go back and look if I've missed somebody. That makes me feel really bad. I think I said hi to you, Huckles, right? Trying to stay warm in Maine. I think that's it, everybody. I really appreciate that you shared some of your Monday night with me. For those of you that watch the replay, thanks for coming back. If you know of anyone that hasn't already liked or subscribed to my YouTube channel, please ask them to, because I am trying to reach that 1,000 mark with no time frame now. Now we're just shooting for 1,000. Whenever it happens, it's going to happen. God knows perfect timing. So I'm going to leave it at that. I think that's it. I hope you guys have a really good week. Try to stay cool or warm, depending on where you are, or dry, depending on where you are with this crazy weather. And actually have a good 2 weeks, because I won't be here next Monday night, but I will see you the Monday night after that. So it's going to be the Monday after Easter, which I think that's the 8th. I think that's Monday the 8th. I don't have my calendar flipped, but I think that's when it is. That's the next time I'll be back live. Let me look real quick. I can look at my calendar on my phone, and then that can tell me, because my calendar on, it's the 6th. Sorry. It's the 6th that I'll be back. The 8th is not. Oh, now I can't even get to my calendar. All right. So I won't be here on the 30th. I will be here on the 6th. I will miss you guys. I hope you do good. You guys have a blessed week. Happy Easter to each of you that celebrate that holiday. This is like our Super Bowl. This is a big one. So grateful for all that we have to celebrate in the holiday of Easter. And I hope you guys enjoy, and we will talk to you soon. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye now.